In the last episode, the gang woke up in Edna's Tavern. Well, most of the gang. Taking in the peace and quiet for an hour or so. Top Knot took his breakfast, a raw potato, and sat by himself outside the king's castle until Private Peter Parts left his post and talked with the halfling about his issue. In the meantime, Ironhammer made a purchase at the new jewelry store run by Addison DuPont. Ready to depart, he then woke up Felix from his slumber. Felix then grabbed his Yeti robe from Pell and met with the others at the horse stable. Collecting Tank, they traveled once again to Bromnus' hut, where they reconnected with Toad, who was found sleeping in the mountain dwarf's cot. Fully teamed up, they all hovered into Cirrus, where Toad and Top Knot decided to become full-time citizens. After visiting Windrate, Felix and Trip reconvened with Ironhammer back at Claude's establishment, where Top Knot informed the group of his leaving. After passing out gifts, they partied into the early morning. Hungover, but with heads held high, the remaining three entered into the portal to the Hanami Forest, one of whom is now carrying a new potion. Welcome back to Retrograde, a D&D podcast by Fudged Roll. I am your Derek, and they are Andrew Akers,
Hey.
Ty Sheets,
Konnichiwa.
Ian Jones,
Oh, hey.
and Jesse Wagner.
I'm back, bitches.
You are currently right in front of the portal back to Bromnus' hut with Chris's remains lying next to it. You have a path north and a path south. The path north will lead into the forest, and the path south leads back out to the coast.
Chris was the guard that got pushed into that in a fit of rage. Scarlet hacked up, right?
Yes. Yeah, and you guys have already investigated it. You already know who it is.
I'm surprised by it this time. It's not unrecognizable because he did fuck it up pretty good, and it's been 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it's probably been close to a week or so, but there's tatters lying around. Obviously, animals have gotten to it by this time.
Well, all right, fellas. Do we want to go deeper into the forest, or should we go find the outpost? Does this place have an outpost?
Gwen may have told Top Knot and Trip that there's an outpost just up ahead into the forest.
They still have the map, don't they? That was given to them by Gwen?
Yeah, they gave Top Knot and Trip one.
Yeah, so Trip has it.
Well, I guess let's go find the outpost.
So as you head up north, the cherry blossom trees become more full, more condensed. Only after a couple minutes do you notice that the trees around you are starting to convene into a circular shape, and you come out to a collection of forts hung up in the canopy as if they were a collection of tree houses. You can't currently see people out.
How tall are the trees? Are they way up?
Yeah, they're like deciduous, very tall. The map doesn't do it justice, but it's kind of like a rainforest.
So we basically can't see the sky, right? It's just total canopy cover.
Basically, yeah, you get that little shimmering light through the leaves, but that's about it.
Okay. So do we see tree houses?
Yep, above you.
I guess I'll go to the closest one and climb up.
Roll me an athletics as well as a perception.
You have my shoes.
Does that give me advantage on climbing things?
It makes you climb things.
Oh yeah, it's like spider walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to use them right now. Because I'm determined to finally pass a check where I climb something successfully. Today is not that day. Well, wait, athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay, it's a 14. Well, athletics is pretty high. Oh, and a perception. Okay. Perception is, that's not good. 7.
So you start getting up a couple feet. It's going pretty easy for you, except you don't notice that...
Anything.
You don't notice anything.
You're staring toward the tree, toward the trunk.
You don't notice that out from the brush, a rock is thrown and you are knocked off onto your back.
Fuck. Is it a healing rock?
You don't take any damage, not healing, unfortunately.
Damn, all right.
If Felix and Trip could also roll perceptions.
24.
20.
You guys didn't immediately notice the rock. However, your eyes immediately darted towards the brush as you see a couple pairs of spindly arms pull their way back in.
Spindly arms?
Spindly, long and slender.
Gotcha. Well, can I help Iron Hammer up? Because he's still laying on his back.
I'm in like heavy armor. I'm like a turtle.
Yeah.
just rolling around.
Yeah. I'll roll you over on your stomach, and then you can push up.
Okay. I do so.
Roll me a strength for push up.
Fuck's sake. 12?
Yeah, that'll get you up. Ironhammer, would you like to try to climb again?
Well, I assume I know that someone hit me with a rock, right?
Yeah.
After being hit with the rock, can I figure out where the rock came from?
When you look down, you see it's on your left side, so you're assuming that's where it came from. Same direction as the appendages.
Where the appendages were on the ground then, or did they come from above?
They were on the ground.
Okay, well, I'm going to start into the bushes. Before you make me do anything, I will let you know that I got a new ability, if I can find it. So, that is called Land Stride. Moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed and without taking damage if they have thorns, spines, or a similar hazard. It's just a fun new thing Felix can do.
Okay. I'll allow that. And then can you also roll me a survival check?
Not one. I don't survive.
With your land striding ability, you are easily able to step into the thick brush. However, you then immediately walk into a trap and your feet are now tied together.
Am I upside down?
You're not upside down, but you are laying on the ground.
I'm going to pull out my dick knife and cut my feet.
Can I cast light? Like
Cut the
around
rope off my feet, not just my feet.
Just cut my feet off. Oh wait, shit. Can I pick up the rock that was thrown at me and cast light on it?
So it's like illuminating?
Yeah, it's like a light bulb, and then throw it into the bushes where Felix went to see if I can see anybody.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. You can throw that. Felix, just give me a constitution check.
So light, it'll have 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light.
13.
Felix, even though this light is shining directly in your eyes, you're able to close them for a second and open them back up and adjust to it. And in front of you, I'll send you guys a picture. You see about a dozen or so of little creatures. So for the listeners,
Oh, Christ.
Babu Frick from Rise of Skywalker.
Don't remind me of that fucking movie.
You see about a dozen of them with just disgustingly long arms. Like picture Babu Frick and then give it as long and as slender arms as you can imagine until it makes you uncomfortable.
Just like gorilla arms dragging behind them.
Just blah, 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 blah.
Like imagine them running around trying to hold them up as they're just waving everywhere. So Ironhammer, you see like the shadows of these things, but Felix, they are like in front of you with like little wooden like stakes ready to poke.
I'm gonna greet them. Are they speaking?
They just kind of screaming so far.
They're just screaming. They're not speaking any kind of language.
These things are terrifying.
Did I sound scared?
So far, you can't tell if it's a language. All you've been hearing is like, eh.
So the rest of us can hear the screaming by now, I assume. We just can't see them.
Exactly.
I'm going to greet them in halfling, assuming that that's close to whatever language they're going to be able to speak, because they're short little things too.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you say to them?
I mean, do they sound like Top Knot?
I mean, I guess we'll see.
I sure as fuck hope not. 'Cause I'm so glad I missed his last episode.
12 Top Knots running around.
Hey guys!
Just to fuck with Felix.
So my new character is going to sound exactly like my old character. So,
I sure as fuck hope not.
just for your benefit.
On a sidebar, whenever I'm listening to like our podcast and hears you speak, she gets visibly angry. Just so
It's
you
kind of
know.
your normal voice as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, it does have that effect on people, but Top Knot's voice is almost worse.
Anyway, I missed you guys the last couple weeks, so
Are these,
Back to the
these
show.
little things, are they, I mean, I know they have Felix tied up, but are they hostile, do you think? Anyone?
Well, I'm inadvertently holding a knife right now because I was cutting my feet loose when I realized
You guys surrounded by
things
little
were there.
monsters.
Trip, roll me a insight,
24?
and then Felix, what were you trying to say to them?
Oh, I'm just going to say hello, gentlemen. I sorry to apparently be intruding on your village. Do you know where the Hanami Forest outpost is?
That's very sophisticated. Do you think these people talk like that?
I said it in halfling.
So, Trip, with your insight roll, you're able to tell that after what Felix asked of these little creatures, it probably doesn't matter what he says to them. I mean, they're not hostile, but they're also not like,
Friendly.
they're aggressive for their size. There's a lot of them. They just look like they're trying to protect this area.
Throw a bomb
Yeah.
at them.
I was going to say, my idea was a potion of alchemist fire. But then I
Let's
realized,
fucking not do that.
we're in a forest, so I didn't think about that.
While Felix is just dangling over the fire, like screaming.
Right. Like, I'm.
Felix, you say hello and ask them if they know where the outpost is. One of them steps up to you. It looks a little older, and it just says,
The fuck?
So it's only been about a day or so, but New Haven is already planning their next event. Right now, Clifford DuPont is thanking you, Captain Mickelson, Private Parts, whoever else is in your station for the update on the town's festival. He is getting ready to dismiss you all and asks if anyone else has anything else they need to report. If not, you can all head back to your stations.
I don't think I have anything to report.
All right, so he will bid Captain Mickelson, Lieutenant Bosper, and Private Parts adieu, and you all can head back to your stations. As you walk away, Captain Mickelson will look at you and say, "Hey, Stenwick, what are you going to bring to the festival? What are you making for it?"
I'm not really bringing a whole lot besides myself. I don't know. You bringing the wife or?
Good one. That's kind of rude, but
No, I meant like if I needed to bring extra food, like if you're bringing your family.
Good save.
I didn't mean like you're bringing your wife as food. I meant.
Alright, well, it was almost a good save.
that's the old Stenwick. No, don't worry. Don't worry about bringing anything. Just making conversation, I mean,
You're not very good at it.
listen. I know we've both been a little bit down after seeing
Yeah.
Ravioli again.
Yeah. Do you think that group that left with them, they're going to be taking good care of them? They didn't really seem like the most responsible lot that I've seen.
Not necessarily responsible, but they look to be pretty good company.
Yeah, but I mean, we're family. I don't understand why DuPont just didn't leave the dog with us. I don't know. I'm not one to question our king. I don't know. It's we're family. He was with us. He should have stayed with us.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you leave the group too.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like going out and searching for him?
I mean, it was the king's wish that he went with that group. So I don't know. I'll do whatever the king says. But I mean, at this point, he's made his decision.
At this point, Captain Mickelson will nod his head down and call for Private Parts, and they will go back to their post at the front of the castle. Lieutenant Bosper, if you like, you can join your rank back at the entrance of the castle or continue with what you need to do.
What kind of festival is this?
This is like, if you can picture like a fall festival. Just because the years are so long here, they try to have a couple different activities.
Am I going to be on guard duty for this? Has DuPont said?
Yep.
I'm just going to go to my post, wherever that is.
What kind of activity events do you think Stenwick would enjoy in terms of like food or games?
Justice.
Justice.
I don't play games.
So then, Stenwick, you will be manning the plunging game.
Completely straight faced. I'm just like, just not smiling, not having any fun whatsoever. I'm taking it as seriously as I possibly can.
So just about an hour or so later, you are, I guess you could say, reffing the plunge game, where children are coming up with handfuls of rocks, getting ready to throw it at the little metal plate as one of the other guards are dressed up as a prisoner. The guard is playing into it and says, "Come on, little kids, you can't get me. Just try me. What are you gonna do about it?" As the kids are getting ready, or just so excited to throw, and can we play?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, throw that rock at that like little target there. If you could hit it, then maybe one day you'll be a guard like me. But if you miss, then, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be better off as like a baker or something.
Are there any prizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
The prize of knowing that it's a job well done. Isn't that a prize enough?
So there were a group of about 4 kids, like 3 of them walk away.
Why was I put on this stupid shift?
The last kid there is still super excited, winds up and just chucks it at the metal. Ding! As the fake prisoner plunges into the barrel full of water.
That was really good, actually. I was not expecting that. If you'd like, as a prize, if you want to be the next person to be dunked in the tank, then you can take the role as the prisoner and sit up there until the next person comes along, and then you can, take a little bit, get a little bit wet. Doesn't that sound fun?
Is it warm?
Yeah, the water's clean.
You want to get wet, kids?
You want to get wet, you little fuck? This dude's creepy as hell.
I don't have any other.
The kid will replace the fake prisoner up at the post. The guard's shivering, and he looks at you and he says, "Who let you man this? Why are you not up there?"
I guess they just like me more than you. And as the kid gets up to his place, like on top of the thing, I'm just gonna hit the release, and then I'm gonna walk away and say, "I think it's your turn to man this." And then I'm gonna leave.
You walk away as you hear the sounds of a drowning child just screaming in ice water.
It's not ice water, and he probably won't drown. He'll be fine. I'm gonna go to DuPont.
You're able to make your way into the castle and walk straight up to DuPont. There's still about 4 or 5 guards at the front of the castle, but you can get your space. He's trusting enough of you. As he says, welcome back, Lieutenant Bosper. How may I help you?
You have a moment, Your Majesty.
I have many moments.
I was wondering if there was any other tasks that you would like for me to perform. Something maybe tailored more specifically to my duties here. Something maybe a little bit more challenging, just to give me an opportunity to prove myself. Something other than just manning the festival. I mean, I get it. People need protected here, but surely there's something more that the kingdom needs from me.
Yes, definitely. Especially after that last target practice. I think you would do well manning the cornhole game, improving your accuracy. Is that what you mean?
It's not what I mean. What I mean is giving me the opportunity to finally put the code that I've been talking to you about into practice, showing you that it can be effective and that I can get the people to like you.
Now, see, Lieutenant, this is why you are not captain material. If you would just fall in order, listen to what we say, I don't know what else you're looking for.
Who was the guard that left? Was that Malachi?
Malachi Van Dorn.
I understand that Malachi felt a similar way, and I promise you, I assure you that I am not him. My duty is to New Haven. It's to you. But there's more of my capability than just manning a cornhole game. Give me something, anything. Let me prove to you that I'm Captain Material.
I know you think I have it out for you, but you brought up Van Dorn. You saw what happened to him.
I did.
I cannot lose another one of you. But if you are headstrong in your mission, I'll at least hear from you. We also have the fish game. You can play that. You can win a little guppy. They glow, you know.
I look visually just upset, but then I nod and I say, if I win every game in the festival, will you allow me to do a mission, an actual mission for this kingdom?
He slaps you on the side of the arm and says, hey, buddy, I'm fucking with you. It's all right.
I will win all of them.
Hey. Okay. I can see you're serious. What did you have in mind? I mean, currently we're pretty safe here. We wiped out the tyrants. Don't have to worry about those scum anymore.
I know. I went down to the well. I saw what was left of them. You're right. The tyrants, they're gone. But what about the Astrals? You sent that group. I don't know if they're capable of doing the things that you need them to do. Send me to help them.
They've already shown they could do it once.
You and I both know that the other places out there are more dangerous than where they've been already.
Yes, but we can't tell them that.
No, but I can still help them.
Roll a persuasion.
19.
Fat Larry Bird is going to stand up. It takes him a moment because his bones are kind of like jelly at this point.
Fuck.
He gets less and less healthy every time we talk about it.
He wobbles over to the window behind his chair and stares out of it. Stenwick, you can notice his head kind of lowers a bit in acceptance as King DuPont will tell you, you may go. There's not much I can do to help you with it. You may take armor, gear, but your best route would probably be to go see the captain up north and try to get a boat.
I can do that. Thank you. And before I leave, I'm going to take whatever I can from the armory, including a couple extra daggers, and then everything else that I would normally have in my equipment. And on the way out of town, I want to stop at the dunk tank again. Is the kid still there?
Yeah, so the kid doesn't know any better, so he just keeps getting dunked over and over, not realizing that he can switch out.
I turned to the other guard who I had the kid relieve. DuPont wants you back in there. And I motioned for the kid to come out.
Yes, sir?
Listen, I'm going to kneel down to him. I'm not very good with people, especially kids. And I want to be better. And I don't know how else to reward you for doing so well. So here, take this. And I'm going to hand him one of the knives that I just took from the armory.
What? No, I need a towel. I'm soaked. I'm freezing.
Right. Sorry. And I'm just going to grab some version of a towel or something from my pack and just hand it to him, like some extra cloth or something.
Oh, thank you.
But that knife's for you, kid.
For me?
Yes.
But
you earned it.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna tussle his hair. You're a good kid. And then I'm gonna start walking off toward the stable so I can maybe get a horse.
Yeah, you start walking off as you hear the little boy just shout, "This is the best 4th birthday ever!" As he starts swinging the knife around that you just gave a toddler.
So you've said before that a year is 500 days, 500 and something days long. So this kid technically is 6 years old.
500 days of summer. Yeah. No, yeah. He's of age.
And I'm gonna go to the stable and procure myself a horse. And then I'm just heading north, heading to Captain What's-His-Fuck.
Yeah, I'll say you can easily grab a horse from the stable and start heading up north. Back in the forest, Felix, you are still alone in the brush. This light is now dimming from the stone, and you've already seen the dozen or so little creatures, one of which looks like an elder has walked up and said,
Side note, I didn't need Iron Hammer to cast this little glowy rock thing. Because I have dark vision, so I, in theory, could see these things before he threw his fucking sun at me.
Yeah, he just kind of pissed them off.
Once I hear the one talk, I'm gonna run over to where Felix is.
Yeah, you can run into the brush and you see Felix with a knife in his hand, kind of freaking out with his legs tied. And then you see these little Babu Fricks.
Did they do anything when I burst through the through the bushes?
I mean, yeah, they step back and they, but they're not attacking, but they're on standby.
This is the perfect time to cast my new spell. I'm gonna like crouch down and extend my hand, as you know, like when you're trying to get a cat to come towards you. I'm gonna do that like gently to see if he'll come like touch my hand. Yeah, but I'll make that noise as well.
The elder is going to
Fucking stab you in the palm.
put his
Yeah.
he'll take his right arm. Now keep in mind he's still like
50 feet away.
he's like 5 to 10 feet away, but his one arm reaches out and his spindly fingers will just like inches away.
God, he's like salad fingers, isn't
As soon as Jesus.
Like rusty spoons.
As soon as he touches my hand, I'm gonna cast tongues on him.
And that spell turns him into a tongue.
Yes, a big tongue.
He now has tongues on each of his fingers.
Oh fuck! This thing is cursed.
Are they also 10 feet long?
The grass licks your toes whenever you walk through it.
Anyway, so tongues last for 1 hour, and it lets any creature I touch, it gives them the ability to understand any spoken language. And when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understand what it says. So in theory, we should be able to talk to him now.
Does he need to? Okay, first let me have you roll just a general dexterity.
To see if I can grab his fingers.
Yeah, to see if you can actually get a touch on him.
Oh, that was a natural 19 plus whatever my modifier is. So that was 0. So 19.
Yeah, you got a little buddy. So yeah, you can touch. He's not currently talking though, but you can feel like a little zap as he pulls back and he's yeah.
When I would understand what he said though if it worked.
That was just a scream. He just actually said he just screamed yep. Yep.
Wow. Never mind then. I'm gonna say, hey little buddy, how are you? What's going on?
Who are you?
Your name's Ironhammer. This is Felix. Trip hasn't moved, but that's Trip back there. With a P, silent P. We're looking for the outposts. Did you eat everybody in the outpost or something? Did you murder them? Who are you?
I am Fabu Brick.
Oh, that was lazy.
Yeah, it was. Give him another name.
Yeah, hold on, rewind.
Yeah. These are my friends, the Weewoks.
I am Schvaggie, the leader of this tribe. You are invading our home.
Oh no.
Prepare to die.
What do you need of Schvaggie?
Where? I mean, nothing. You threw a rock at me. What do you need of us?
You will not enter the home.
Home. Is this your home? Do you live in these tree houses?
Our home.
Where is your home?
Up.
Why are you on the ground?
Protect.
So if we stay on the ground, you won't smack us? Or will you still attack us no matter what we do?
Oh no.
On a sidebar, Felix can hear and understand this whole thing due to the spell, right?
You can understand what he's saying because of the spell, yeah.
So Felix, you can tell like this is going nowhere with Schvaggie.
Okay. I'm going to free myself and put my dick knife away.
Roll a dexterity.
You cut off your toes.
Or you do a backflip and land on your feet. It's really impressive. Oh, well, not that then.
You're quick enough while they're sort of communicating. You can slice we'll just call it a rope that was tied across your legs. However, as you go to get up, one of the little ones, one that looks super young, just pokes his wooden stake out a little bit and get you on the heel. You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, you cocksucker.
Hey, tell them not to do that, Schvaggie.
They protect.
Have you seen any other big people? I'm speaking to Schvaggie.
So smelly.
Smelly.
He points a stake at Felix.
Was he calling Felix smelly?
Fuck you.
I put my hand on Felix's shoulder. Like, no. I'm very charismatic. Let me take care of it.
Schvaggie goes, big people, up.
The big people are up.
See.
Spanish now?
Was he telling us to see, or was he actually speaking Spanish?
Ay, caramba. Yes, he says big people are up, and he points at the forts.
So if other big people are up, why aren't we allowed to go up?
Pointing at you guys, not safe.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Prove.
I asked Schvaggie, do you like shiny things?
He just looks confused.
Oh, well, that big rock that I threw at is still like really bright, right? I'm gonna pick up another rock and cast light on it again, but I'm gonna make it purple. All right, Schvaggie, if you stop poking us with your sticks, I'll give you lots of shiny rocks. Deal?
First roll a
I hate purple.
persuasion and dexterity.
Persuasion is a 10. Dexterity is a natural 20, though.
Schvaggie's going to say no and poke at it, but you're able to snatch it away before you can hit the rock.
All right. I cast light again to turn it off.
Hey, Trip, do you want to roll me an investigation?
13.
And then also Felix, if you want to roll me actually give me an acrobatics.
16.
So as Ironhammer's trying to convince Schvaggie of allowing him access into the tree houses, Felix, this little creature again, the young one, starts poking a stake out at your staff with the berries on it.
I forgot I had that.
Trip, you notice that this little creature is really focused on these dark purple berries.
Hey, Felix, I think that one likes your berries.
He wants my twig and berries?
Yeah, just 2.
Okay. So I have to plant my staff for 8 hours in the ground to grow these fruit, or do I have like these fruit that are on it, and then to replenish the berries that are on it, I have to plant it in the ground again?
Exactly. Yeah. Right now you probably have only like 3 or 4 on, but from what you gathered, you can replenish them after growing them in the ground.
I'm gonna pick one of the berries and hand it to the little fella.
The little guy is gonna reach out for it with his little nasty arm.
Oh God, it makes me so fucking uncomfortable. Because all I think of is salad fingers now.
Schvaggie sees this and whips his arm across and bats the young one's arm away. Wait, and then he spots the berry. He looks Felix dead in the eyes and does like the 2-point like I see you. And as he stares at Felix, will pick a berry off the staff.
He's gonna pick a berry off of my staff?
Hey, baby.
He can speak.
He doesn't want to.
But it turns out that wasn't language. That was just him making a noise.
He eats the berry, and you see him just come over with a rush of like ecstasy. You can see his face kind of only almost flush, like almost like flush a purplish color as it travels down his stomach, and he just keeps pointing at the berries.
I'm going to say, if you let us up into your tree house and let us meet the other big people, I'll give you some more of these berries.
More.
Yeah, I gave you the conditions to get more.
Now.
What color are the berries?
Purple.
Don't turn a rock into a purple. Shatters his goddamn teeth.
God damn it.
This is Big Berry.
That was literally exactly what I was going to do.
Question: are these berries that are on my stick similar to what would be called a good berry?
Roll me a nature check.
You druid bastard.
21. 21?
Yes. These are, we could say, a in the family of the good berries. But what you can also notice is that they have a slight pink tinge to them, similar to berries you'd imagine you would find in this forest.
If that's the case, I'm going to cast Good Berry, which up to 10 berries appear in your hand are infused with magic for the duration. A creature can use its action to eat one berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day. So now I have a fistful of these berries. It's up to you whether you want them to be like identical to the ones that are on my staff, or if you want them to be slightly different.
First, roll me another dexterity.
4.
So you cast these, 10?
Yeah.
10 good berries in your left palm. One of the creatures immediately pokes you in the side with his stick because it scared him. They don't like magic that much. But Schvaggie will take one and eat it and spit it back out immediately. You'll notice that it's not the same exact color. He will spit it out, look at you, and then just point behind him, like staring at you, and just his arm is so long, he can just whip it behind.
This kid,
More.
Try the rocks.
He points at the ones in your hand and says, bad. Points behind him and says, good.
And do I notice, is there like a fucking tree that grow these berries?
Roll me a wisdom.
7.
You don't see a specific tree or anything. Honestly, you can't even really gather anything what he's saying. With that roll, you have no clue. He's just pointing. But Trip and Ironhammer, you guys see this whole thing.
So do we see what he's pointing? Can we tell what he's pointing at?
Not specifically. If you want to roll me a wisdom.
10.
I'm not going to give you the exact location. However, what you can imagine is that what Schvaggie is telling you is that there are more of the berries growing on Felix's staff that they want, that are only specific to this location.
I guess I'll say if you've got your own berry tree, why do you want the ones from our staff?
Pointing at the staff, good. Pointing behind him, good. Danger.
Danger. What danger?
It throws its arms up. It's like 5 feet of arms. It goes, ah.
All right.
Can you be more specific, please?
On a side note, because I had taken 1 point of damage, and they obviously don't want my good berries, I'm going to eat one of my good berries.
Roll me another dexterity.
He's going to like slap it out of your hair.
Nat 20.
Okay, and then roll me one more.
8.
Okay, so again, Schvaggie is looking at Ironhammer as he talks, but exactly like Ian said, he tries to slap it out of your hands as you go to eat it, but you're able to pull it back in. Just like, oh, what a dickhead. Like, how could he? But then the young one pokes you in the foot again. Taking a point of damage.
Well, so did I successfully eat the fucking berry?
Yeah, you can eat 2 berries to recover.
Okay, so I'm back to full health.
Yeah, but you got to look out for the little one.
That fucker pokes me again. It's not going to like it.
Can you be more specific about the danger?
He's just going to keep throwing his arms up and go, ah. So what you can gather from it is it's big and scary. And he's also going to do, he's going to like rub his fingers on his chest.
Jesus.
And just make a sound of like. He's going to go. As he rubs his fingers on his chest. And what you gather from it is it means like wet, like slimy.
Oh, there's an astral guarding the berries.
If we get rid of the danger, will you stop poking us with your sticks?
He goes to poke you again and pulls back.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me talk to my team real quick. All right, guys. Group huddle. Do we kill the danger or do we just kill them?
I mean, gathering from his weird fucking.
I whisper that so they can't hear it.
Yeah. Since he's rubbing himself and making slimy noises, maybe it's an astral over there.
It could be.
In which case we have to kill it anyway.
Yeah, but this guy Schvaggie's not the brightest. It could just be like a small puddle of water.
In which case it makes things really easy.
True. But what are we going to do with a small puddle of water?
So I can make water disappear if it's
Alright.
less than 10 gallons.
All right. We've got all our bases covered. Let's take care of the danger. I'll turn back to Schvaggie and say, all right, you take us to the danger and we'll defeat it for you. But no poking.
Schvaggie looks at you confused and says, "No, you.
Me what?
Go. Get."
Wrong, yeah.
Can you at least point us the right direction towards the danger?
Still looking at you, points directly behind him.
Well, let's go, boys. I don't want to walk by him first. I want someone else to walk by.
I'm going to put all my berries in my pouch, like whatever's left, because obviously these little fuckers don't want them.
Roll me perception.
25.
You go to put the berries in your pouch, but before you release, you realize that one of them poked a hole in the bottom of it.
My nice pouch that Iron Hammer gave me as a hat when I was a monkey, they poked a hole in it. The memories.
All right, I commend it.
You still have You still have the hat that Top Knot gave you.
Yeah, but does the hat that Top Knot gave me smell like piss?
No, it's clean.
I mean, that smell never really comes out.
You gotta figure we were really dehydrated when we first started pissing on Top Knot. We hadn't drank anything for 200 years.
Well, since I'm just going to go the direction that he was pointing. Walk that way.
Okay, what's the marching order?
I guess I'll go first because I'm beefy.
I'll follow Iron Hammer because I don't want to get poked anymore.
I'll stay in the back.
Trust these little salad finger little motherfuckers.
Right now, we'll say you're on the trail heading up north through the forest. There's not a specific trail or anything, but you've got your horse. If there's anything you want to check out, or just head straight to the coast.
The well that led to the Tyrant base is on the way, right?
Yep, that's directly ahead.
I'm just going to stop right at the well and just take a moment kind of staring at it. Goodbye, old friend. And then I'm going to continue riding north.
Heading up north, you will travel miles through the forest. You will come upon a cliff where you will notice remains of a horse and bones scattered to the side.
When I stop at the bones and everything, because Andrew knows that this is where Malachi had died.
Yes.
Stenwick wouldn't necessarily know that, but he would want to investigate, anyway, to figure out how old this is, where it's from. I don't know if I can learn that Malachi, that this is where he had fallen.
Yeah, if you can roll me a survival.
I rolled a natural 18, and my survival is +3, 21.
I mean, you can't gather too much from the bones, but you can tell that it was some kind of magical attack on this person, just due to the damage done to their skull. You can see the decomposing body of the horse.
Do I recognize, is there anything that was left behind? Anything that Malachi would have had on him? Anything that the horse would have had on it? Just something that I can correctly identify that this is where Malachi fell.
Yeah, you can see that the horse has a small tag on it with the New Haven insignia, as well as just a couple of journals with Malachi's name written on the front cover.
Okay, I'm going to take all the journals. You were the best out of all of us. And I'm sorry that you had to go this way. I've been losing a lot of people lately, and it would have been nice to have you around. I'm not going to let you fall in vain, and I'm going to get back on my horse and continue heading down the trail.
Can you roll me a perception?
12.
Yeah, still taken aback by seeing the remains of the previous Captain Van Dorn. As you kind of round the corner and start heading back north away from this cliff, you can see the purple bluish tint of the fins bobbing out of the water. What you're able to tell, though, is they are still disconnected. It's just the dead fins bobbing up and down.
Well, I can tell this thing is no longer living.
Yeah. You don't see a giant body or anything, just the severed tentacles.
Have I seen anything like this before? Have I heard of anything like this before?
Yeah, you wouldn't need a roll for that. You would have maybe heard, but never would have seen anything like this.
What would I have heard?
That there are creatures of this magnitude, but nothing that you would have actually encountered.
Do they have a name?
Roll me a nature check.
12 plus 2, 14.
You know that these creatures would be called aboleth.
Are they local to here?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. Are they magic?
Yes.
Consistent with the scene that I just left? Does it seem like it would have been capable of what had happened?
Yeah, you could gather by how Van Dorn's skull looked like that this creature must have taken him out before something took it out.
What kind of magic?
A psionic.
Okay. I'm just going to get close enough to spit over the side in its direction, and then I'm going to continue on. Good riddance.
Okay, so you round the corner, pass by this open sea. What you will notice is you can continue north up the trail, or you could take a left and head towards a hut by a stream that you can see.
What was the captain's name that I was supposed to be meeting?
Captain Bartholomew Winslow.
Winslow, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to dismount my horse, have it tied up somewhere, and then I'm going to go. Do I see anyone out?
No, you see no human life. However, you do see a horse and a dog tied up to a shed next to the hut.
Horse and a dog. Do I recognize the dog?
Yes, you do.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Why is there a horse and a dog tied to a shed?
At Bromness's hut, you guys went up to Cirrus.
Ow.
You left him.
Why do you keep leaving him there?
Yeah, you guys got him back for like a day and then tied him back up again in the same spot.
So this is
Why
Bromness's
didn't I
hut.
take him with me?
This is Bromness's hut, yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Dogs can't fly, unfortunately.
Ravioli, is that you?
Give me the formuoli.
The horse and the dog are just kind of, I mean, the dog's panting, looking around, but they're minding their own business.
I have rations on me, right?
Yeah, you'd have enough for,
Including like dried meat or anything.
yeah.
I'm gonna pull out some of the meat from my ration and go over to the dog. Hey, buddy, are you here alone? Where is everybody?
Roll an insight.
15.
The dog is a little hesitant to take the food. However, it also seems like it's not fully there, as if it wants to come to you, but something is pulling it back.
What happened to you, buddy? And I don't notice anyone else around.
No.
So there's a horse that's there. Is it just the horse, or is the cart still attached?
The cart is next to it.
Do I notice anything in the cart? Anything that was left behind, or is it empty?
If you take a look into the back, it's tattered, but it is empty besides maybe a couple bales of hay and a lot of blood stained on the floor.
This is not the same cart that Malachi had returned on, right? That was the other cart?
Right. Malachi's cart was still left in New Haven.
Jeez. Okay. Looking around, do I notice signs of a struggle, signs of an ambush, or anything that had happened here?
Roll an investigation.
7.
Outside the cart, you don't notice anything. Outside, it just looks like a normal hut and no scuffle or anything. Inside the cart, it looks like just a messy job of trying to transport something. It looks like this cart's been through a lot.
The dog's currently tied up? Mm-hmm. How long is the rope that he's tied up on?
It's only about like 5 to 10 feet, maybe. It can't even reach the hut.
I'm going to leave him tied up for now. I'm going to dismount my horse and walk around the area to see if I can find bodies or anything. At this point, I'm operating under the assumption that you guys have been attacked and possibly killed.
Yeah, if you can roll me survival.
18.
The hut is still closed up. I don't know if Stenwick would just enter in.
No.
Okay.
Are there any windows?
No, but spaces through the boards.
I'm going to look through the spaces.
It looks a little messy. Looks like the bed was just slept in a day or so ago, but no life inside.
Okay. Shit. well, maybe they failed their mission if they were attacked or something happened to them. But this could be my chance. If I go and I take the Astrals out myself, I'm going to tie my rope to the rope that Ravioli is tied to make it longer. And I'm going to untie where that rope was originally tied to. And I'm going to try to like pull him along. Like I'm going to tie one end to my horse and then see if I can get him to come with me.
Roll me an animal handling.
All right, come on, buddy. 14.
It's not as easy as you'd imagine it would be. You can tie the rope and you can tie your rope to Ravioli as well as untie his own rope to the shed. But he kind of plants himself. And I mean, the horse is plenty strong to pull him, but he's just not entirely willing to go.
Does he seem aggressive at all?
Not aggressive, just not cooperative.
Okay. In that case, for the next couple minutes, I want to see if I can attach my horse to the cart as well. So there's 2 horses. And I'm going to lift up the dog and put him in the back of the cart. And I'm just going to get in the driver's seat and see if I can take both horses, the cart, and the dog with me.
Yeah, just roll me a strength.
5.
You try to pick up Ravioli, but he just, like a lump of coal, just flattens back out onto the ground. I will say, because of that previous survival check, because you're back on the trail, you can see a little bit of blood splatters leading up past the hut.
All right, you wait here, buddy. And I'm going to walk over to where that blood splatter is.
Leading from close to the end of the bridge and heading up north into the forest line, you can see a pretty shoddy digging job as you see pretty uneven earth.
Oh, no. They were buried here. I don't notice any. How many holes do I see? Just one?
Just one giant one.
I don't know why their attackers would bury them, but looking around, do I notice anything else? Or like if I go back towards where the blood, where the blood trail had started?
No, nothing else. A couple shovels and hoes with fresh dirt on them and some trees that have been cut down, but that's about it.
Can I tell how old the blood is?
Roll me an investigation.
21.
It's been less than a week.
Okay. And I see nothing else. I am going to write out a very quick letter to whoever owns this house. Just something along the effect, like something to the effect of something happened on your property. At your earliest convenience, please go to New Haven, make report of it, have other investigators come up and take a look. I'm just going to slip it under the door because I want to continue to head north. Did you put your name on it? I do. Yeah, I'm going to sign it. And I'm assuming that I have an official seal or something, New Haven seal with me. So I'm going to mark it as an official kind of document, slip it under the door, through the cracks or wherever the homeowner would be able to find it. And then I'm going to continue to attempt to get the dog in the back of the cart. Okay. Yeah, if you can roll me another animal handling. 15. Yeah, this time Ravioli still isn't cooperative, but he isn't forcing himself to leave. So he will jump into the back of the cart, and you now have your horse, if you'd like to name it, as well as Tank. This is kind of a spell. I'm not sure how, with me being a New Haven guard, if it's something that you'll allow me to do, because I know how they aren't really cool with magic. But it's an alarm spell. And I just wanted to set some version of an alarm at the front door of this cabin so that it goes off in my head. So like I'm alerted when the door is opened or like someone like walks in that general area. Yeah, I'll say that since you are still a guard, but you do have these powers, and since you are alone, you're not afraid of anybody from New Haven finding out, so you can set an alarm on this door right after slipping the piece of mail in. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to head north. So heading westward now, deeper into this deciduous forest with different sproutings of cherry blossom trees surrounded by the canopy of the green leaves up above. After a mile or so, heading just directly in the way that Schvaggie was telling you to, you see a clearing with a large bush of these dark purple, pink tinted berries. You are still in the tree line, so you're not visible.
The potion that I got right before we went into the Hanami Forest, was it purple?
Yeah, that was purple.
Can we sense any danger? See anything going on?
If you want to roll a perception.
25 again.
I don't know if I'd say danger, but you can sense that there is something big near you.
And you said about 100 feet from the berry bushes?
Oh, even closer, maybe like 25, 30.
Is this like a bush? Is it like a tree?
It's a bush on the ground. You can imagine a clearing. It's just like a bundle of different bushes. There's probably be like thousands of berries on this tree, on this thing.
Does anyone have a good sack? I'm going to ask my companions.
You have a problem. I can cast Healing Word.
I'm more so meant.
Did they poke you downstairs? I'll cast Mending on the sack.
You can visually see the individual weaves joined together as you have a full sack again.
Good, isn't it?
I'm going to approach the berry bushes.
Wait, shouldn't we see if there's danger?
You said that there's not necessarily any danger. There's just something big nearby.
Should we try and find the big thing nearby before we just go walk straight into it?
I mean, that's up to you guys if you want to change Felix's mind, but...
All right, you do your thing.
Before we do anything, can I mix up a potion before?
Yeah, if you want to do that while Felix is starting to tippy-toe.
Yeah, I'm not going to just walk in whistling a tune. I'm going to kind of be head on a swivel approaching this bush of berries to fill my sack.
Yeah, so you can approach pretty sneaky and start plucking some berries if you'd like. You can get about 5 or 6 in if you would like to roll me a dexterity.
12.
So you have about a handful, or like a fistful right now, as you start to put it in your pouch, and a giant wet tongue latches onto your fist.
Do I know what kind of tongue it is?
Wet, long. Roll me a wisdom, or nature check. Sorry.
11.
It's amphibian.
I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna whip out my dick knife and cut off the tongue.
Roll me an attack.
14. I mean, the smart thing would have been not to cut off this tongue, but I already made the decision. I can literally fucking animals.
Yeah, unfortunately, this thing rolled a natural 20, so it yanks you with its tongue to the ground, and you take, we'll say, 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Your hand opens up, and the berries spill out, but you can pull it away from the tongue if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to.
It retracts back into the brush.
Since I obviously can see where this tongue came from, was it in the bundle of bushes where I was picking berries? Where did this tongue come from?
The other side of the clearing.
Holy fuck, how big of a tongue is this thing? So how are these berries on the bush? Are they in bundles? Are they in...
No, individual.
Like a blueberry bush?
Ironhammer, roll me a perception.
20. Not a natural 20.
As Felix is still digging around with this bush, you can hear that whatever creature this is starting to, I guess, slither closer to you, to your group.
So we can't really see it, right? We can just sort of hear it in the bushes.
Right.
Big amphibian.
Can I cast magic weapon on my crossbow?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my movement to stand up.
I'll use my movement to move into the clearing as well.
All right. So Ironhammer and Felix are now standing in the clearing with Trip readying his magic crossbow.
Also cast my, whatever it is, my Forge Cleric ability that turns my weapon into a +1 item as well.
I'm going to pull my sling out. I'm going to load up the sling and just kind of get ready.
So Felix, what is your armor class?
12.
So you and Trip can both have opportunity attacks as a giant frog leaps from your left side right next to Felix. It tried to leap on top of you, but missed. So if you both want to take shots at it, you can.
How big of a frog? Because, a giant frog could be just, the size of a fucking... are we talking, the size of a Volkswagen Beetle?
Yeah, it's a medium beast. So, probably a smaller beetle, but, just slimy, nasty.
What color is it?
We'll say purple.
Okay, everything's purple.
I'm going to
It's
launch
purple
it.
because it's been eating too many berries.
It could be.
I'm going to shoot it with a stone.
Okay. If you want to roll me a hit And Trip, if you want to do the same, it's up to you.
14 to hit.
15 to hit.
Yep, you both hit.
Mine did 6 points of damage.
Oh, 4.
Trip hits this thing like dead center, which is what puts it off course from hitting Felix. And then Felix, you get it. You get this thing right in the eye. It is bloodied now. It's just hemorrhaging from its stomach as it lays next to Felix. You'd imagine it's not going to be making another attack.
What a wimpy frog.
Yeah, but is this the danger, or is this just a random ass frog?
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. What if, fellas, I have an idea. Let's not kill the frog. Let's make the frog friends with Schvaggie. And then, hear me out, they give berries to the frog as payment, and the frog defends the bush. Oh, but you can't talk to the frog and tell him that because we already beat the shit out of it.
Yep. Bingo. But the frog attacked me first, so.
That's fair.
It was a really good solution.
Yeah, it would have been a great solution if
As you're discussing this, from the other side of the brush, a spear enters, going through the berry bush and piercing the frog in the head.
How big is the spear? Is it like an actual size, or is it like little?
Is it Schvaggie? A Schwaggie sized spear?
This time it's not pencil sized. It is normal sized.
Oh, well, I turn around and see if I can see you through the spear.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of crouch down and reload.
Iron Hammer, if you want to roll me a perception.
That is a 14.
Iron Hammer, what you notice before it ducks back down is a long, slender, wet head.
A long, slender, wet head.
So a snake.
Snake with arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say it through a spear.
To be fair, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've seen.
Yeah.
And do I recognize it as like anything that I would have seen before? I mean, it's definitely not with Schwaggie's group.
Roll of wisdom.
21.
Yeah, you can tell whatever Schwaggie was describing was probably this thing and not the frog. Trip, what is your armor class?
It's 11.
As you are loading up your crossbow again, you now find yourself caught up in a net. As Ironhammer and Felix, you guys see this array of string just enwrap Trip, coming from the same direction as the spear.
Does it pull him up into a tree? Does it like drag him towards the spear? Like what happens?
Nope, just entangles him, but he is stuck and will need to free himself.
Well, I'm going to run towards where the monster was. I'll move in that direction and sort of like position myself between the party and where I think the monster is.
Yeah, you can line up pretty much right next to the bush. And do you want to roll me a perception again?
That is an 11.
You can hear this thing start to move around the outskirts to the right, trying to flank you.
Here, flank me. I like rotate with it.
Yes. Yeah, you are now facing the east. It is getting closer and closer to Felix and Trip.
How close am I to Trip?
You're only like a foot or so away.
I'm going to try to start cutting the ropes.
Roll me a strength check.
11.
No, that is not enough.
So can I just like run into the bushes where I think it is, where I hear it from?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, hello. Is there anyone out there?
Nothing responds, but all you hear is like...
It is a snake with arms. God damn it.
Ironhammer, you run into exactly where you think this creature would be, but there's nothing there.
Oh, it's an invisible snake with arms.
Can I say to Felix and just take off one of the two long swords that I've been carrying this whole entire time and just kind of put out the one that has the black handle and say, use this to cut the rope. It's bigger.
Is it the sword that I think it is?
It is.
It is.
Do I immediately recognize this sword?
Yes, you do.
I mean, it was fairly distinct.
You know exactly what it's made of.
I'm going to look at Trip just flabbergasted and ask him, where did you get this?
We'll talk about it later. Just get me out of this.
I don't know what to do.
You've been carrying it the whole time and we never noticed.
I've been carrying 2 longswords. You got the same 2 longswords that Scarlet carried the whole entire time, and no one questioned it.
As Trip says, we'll talk about this later. This creature jumps from out of the brush directly in front of you guys. Felix, who's flabbergasted, and Trip caught up on the net. And what you guys see is what you could be imagined is a young adult Astral. However, this one is decked out in primitive gear. If you want to roll initiative.
I sure do. Oh, natural 20.
18. And I have a fucking dick sword now because, in essence, I was holding it when the
You have a penis knife, and a dick sword. You're unstoppable.
So we will start with Iron Hammer.
How far away are they from me?
You are now probably about 15 feet away.
So is the thing between me and Felix and Trip?
Yes, it's facing them.
Do I have enough movement to sort of get between them to try and tank a bit? Or is it too far away for me to get around it? I have a movement speed of 25.
Yeah, you'd have time.
Okay, so I'll try and position myself in between it and the rest of the party. And I'll use my action to cast Spirit Guardians. So I call forth the spirits to protect me. I just want them to look like me, except super buff and with halos and angel wings.
How many are there?
But otherwise, they just look exactly like me. Up to you, I guess. It just says, I call forth spirits to protect me. They flit around me up to a distance of 15 feet, and they look like angels. Oh, and I also designate Trip and Felix to not be affected by it. So any creature's speed is halved in this area of 15 feet around me. Whenever a creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they take 3d8 radiant damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, he'll do that on his turn. Is there anything else?
And then I'll use my bonus action to turn on my ice Morningstar. So hullabaloo.
Felix?
All right, so 1, how far away from me is this thing?
It is now about 5 feet from you, but Iron Hammer is standing directly in front of you.
Could we say it's about 7 feet and Iron Hammer's about 1 foot away from me?
Yes.
All right, here comes OP Felix. I'm going to cast Call Lightning. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above you. The spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where the storm cloud could appear. However, we're in a clearing, so I can see the sky. When you cast the spell, choose a point that you can see within range. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. On each of your turns until the spell ends, which is for 10 minutes, you can use your action to call down lightning in this way again, targeting the same point or a different one.
The only thing is it's a concentration, so you'd have to keep using this.
Right, I have to use this spell.
Over and over if you'd like.
Right. So either this can be my attack or I can use other attacks and end the spell. But fuck, I don't have any other attack that's 3d10.
I just want to point out Jesse just said butt fuck. We can continue.
Its dexterity was 13.
So mine's a 14.
So it will fail. So it'll take the full 3d10.
Ooh. So talk about a butt fuck. It takes 9 points of damage.
Total?
Yeah.
This thing gets slightly static shocked by a little wimpy thunderbolt, taking 9 points of damage. And it is up to its turn now. And it will roll a 21 wisdom saving throw, Iron Hammer.
Oh, yeah, that definitely makes it. So he'll take half of 3d8. 15. So I don't know whether you want to round it up or down. So either 7 or 8.
We'll do 8. So recognizing it does not want to be in this exact location, it's going to, without you guys even knowing what happened, turn invisible
What the fuck?
Shit. It is an invisible snake.
And with its bonus action,
Its movement speed is halved since it's in the area.
yes, you don't know exactly where it's at, but it is going to get an 18 to hit and is going to throw a spear at Ironhammer.
18 misses.
God damn, what's your armor class, bro?
My armor class right now is 21.
Fuck. You are tanky as hell.
Yeah, that's why I keep trying to put myself in between you guys.
Does it break my concentration to drop this sword?
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Because more so to give Trip the ability to like cut himself free.
Do it yourself.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Well, no, but if I go to cut him free, I lose my concentration.
Do you lose the concentration if you don't cast it again? Or can you like hold it and do another action while still concentrating on the spell?
He can hold it as long as he's not doing another concentration spell. He can cast other.
Yeah, you can cast. You can do other things. You just can't cast another concentration spell.
Yes.
Oh, well, shit, son. I didn't know that's how that works.
Yeah, you don't have to use it every turn. You just could if you wanted to.
Ironhammer, thanks to your little angels, this
Actually, I want them to look like cherubs, but just me.
little fat baby Ironhammers floating around.
Yeah, they're naked. They're naked as well.
Nah, they're not naked.
Okay, they have loincloths on.
Okay. Thanks to them, they were able to slow this astral down enough to where you were able to see it is only just directly in front of you in the brush, which is why you were able to dodge the spear. And it ends its turn there. And we'll give it to Trip if you have anything you want to try to do.
Did you drop the sword, Jesse, or are you?
Depends if the DM's going to let me.
Yeah, you can drop it. That's fine.
All right, I'm going to toss the sword to Trip.
Take this, even though you can't catch it. Just threw a sword at him.
Yeah, I just went, take this. And then he grabs it and says, no, you take this.
Oh, that was before we got fucking attacked.
Like hot potato.
So if you want to try to get out, you can roll a strength check.
18.
That's enough to rip this net apart. You are freed now. You can stand up, and if you want to take a bonus action, you can. If not, it is back to Ironhammer.
What's around me?
You're in the clearing, so if you would back up probably like 5 feet or so, you'd be back in the brush.
Can I back up and just kind of hunker down?
Yep. And then it is Ironhammer.
So is this thing still invisible? Or did it become visible at the end of its turn?
You're not entirely sure. However, you can see the foliage moving where this thing is hunkered down.
I mean, I guess I'll just run up to where the foliage is moving so I can put it back within like my spirit guardian circle. Well, how far away is it to the foliage to where like I think it is?
It's right on the edge.
If I ran up to it, smacked it, and then backed up, would I have enough movement speed to do that?
Yeah, because it wasn't able to move very far as is anyway. But so I'd allow that.
I'll run up to it to get it back within range of my spirit guardians, and I'll just try and smack it with my morning star. Can I do that even though it's invisible?
Yeah.
That is a 14.
That does not hit.
So after I miss, I'll just back up 5 feet to get out of the lightning strikes like radius. It would also take the spirit guardian damage as well since I went into its space, right?
Yeah, it'll do that on its next turn. Felix, it's now your turn.
Can I ascertain like the approximate location?
Can he ascertain the approximate location?
No. Yeah, you can see exactly where Ironhammer swung.
Yelling again. I have the power. I'm going to call down a lightning strike on this fucking noob.
And that was dexterity. Oh, it failed no matter what.
What do you roll?
5.
Oh yeah. Come on. Let's get something better than a fucking 9.
7 damage this time.
You had to say something, Ian. 8 damage. What the fuck?
Don't worry. Someday this is going to be really cool.
Yeah, so again, just a small little spark comes down from the sky. However, I will say what it does do is this thing phases out of its invisibility and is visible again.
Does it look like it's even hurt?
Let me go back. It looks injured.
More annoyed than anything, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll say like 75% still. And it will roll a wisdom. That's a natural 20, Ian.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Definitely passes. Damn. My cherubs aren't doing so hot either. Okay, 3d8. That's a 9. So 5 if you're rounding up.
Okay. And this thing is just going to stay in the brush again. And using its movement, you can see it crawling along the foliage. And with only an 11 to hit. Trip, I'm assuming does not.
Well, my armor class is 11.
Oh, okay. So then you will take 8 points of slashing damage as you are cut across your right shoulder.
Is it my turn then?
Yes.
Is it right next to me then?
You'd imagine, yeah.
I'm going to take my adhesive slime potion and throw it at it.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
So you went in the bushes, rubbed one out quick, and just threw your spunk at it.
Very suspicious.
Adhesive slime, that's what the kids are calling it now.
Yeah.
Cover me with your adhesive slime, baby.
Yeah, you can do that since it's right next to you, and it is now
Really sticky.
sticky. It's slowed down even more, so it barely has any movement, but you can also spot it.
For the potion, the slime retains an opponent until they take damage or are broken free by an ally. At the end of each of their turns, they may attempt to break free with a con save of 10 plus 5.
I'm going to say even because of the Guardians, this thing is like dead stuck. And if it does turn invisible, you'd still see it no matter what. So if you have anything else, or it's back to Iron Hammer.
That's it.
Just come and run.
You're hitting on tactics.
It was a drive-by.
A drive-by, Jesus Christ. Hey, I'll run back up into range. I guess I'll just do the same thing. Get in range, try and smack him with the mace.
Yep. Yeah. Normal hit. You can see this thing now. I'm going to give you advantage.
Nice.
It's basically prone.
First roll was a 6.
Nope.
Second roll was a 17.
Yes.
19 points of damage.
Oh, man.
Just fucking wally-womped him, son.
Yeah, you hit this thing so hard in the head that it falls over prone. I mean, it already had no movement speed. But, I mean, I'm going to say it's even unconscious for the next round.
I'm sorry.
Next up is Felix.
Feeling empowered by watching my friends just beat the fuck out of this thing. I'm going to try to zap him again. This time, we're going to fucking get him.
This time it's going to work. Third time's the charm.
Are you even going to bother with the dexterity saving throw, or are we just going to call this one?
I'm going to say it hits no matter what.
Come on. I need this to look fucking good.
I just want to say that you said, come on.
That's the voice of Top Knot.
23, baby.
23. Yeah, I'm gonna say. How do you do it?
Do you remember in the scene of Avengers Endgame where Thor like has Stormbreaker in his hands and he turns blue with lightning? Imagine that with Felix, but he's got his berry stick in his hand and he just screams. And fucking this big bolt of lightning comes down and hits this astral right in the fucking taint.
I come from the land of ice and snow. Yeah, this thing just like explodes in good berry goodness.
Goodness.
You have conquered your first astral in the Hanami Forest.
First, implying there are others.
Trip, would you like to roll me a perception?
Well, think about it. In the last place, we killed 4 of them.
Did I get covered in like
babies,
monster good berry juice when it exploded?
Yeah, you're covering like just purple, like acid almost. So you might want to wipe that off.
I rolled a 20, but not an at 20.
You guys can tell like this thing is like dead. You can go back to Schvaggie and his tribe to deliver the berries. But Trip, as you guys start to leave, you notice there are multiple footsteps running away from you guys.
Can I hear what direction they're running?
It would be east. So the direction that that astral came from, you'd imagine there's going to be more.
Well, guys, I think there's more coming or running away. Should we keep going? Try to take care of the bad things, or go back to Schmiegel?
I think we should head back to Schmegma so we can touch base.
Touch base.
Well, I mean, like, so we can find out, like, so we can find the outpost and see, like, if anyone else has any more information on Astrals.
Should we bring the body with us?
Is there a body left?
Honestly, I'm going to say no. It's probably just like, I mean, you could probably find like appendages, but it's pretty blown.
Let's bring an appendage back to show Schvaggie that we actually did it.
Is the head still there?
Does it still have the white ooze on it?
God. Yeah, you can find we'll say like the forehead fell
Well,
off.
my thing
Forehead.
is, did this thing have the same like eye setup?
Yeah, same eye setup, but this one was not. Well, I guess you could say grown enough to have that film.
Okay.
But yeah, you can take part of the forehead back, covered in the glue, to Schvaggie.
I do want to say, who picks up the appendage to take to?
Whoever would like to.
What he's alluding to is you're going to get the sticky goo on you.
Yeah, you're gonna grab it, stick it up, and it's gonna be stuck to your hand.
Oh God.
Can I see the sticky goo on the appendage?
Yes, it's everywhere.
Being a wise dwarf, I will touch the appendage with a stick and make it stick to the stick.
Okay, you've got part of this forehead stuck to the stick.
That's it. That was what I wanted to do. I carry it triumphantly through the forest.
Before we leave, I want to fill a sack with the berries.
Oh, good point. Don't let Schvaggie see.
I'm going to fill 2 sacks with the berries then.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are you giving Schvaggie one of them, or do you have a separate bush?
I'm going to give...
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I plan on giving Schvaggie a sack of berries.
You guys exit through this brush, and you can see Schvaggie and his tribe at the bottom of the tree houses again. When they see the head on the stick, and then some berries just flown about everywhere, they will put their spears up above their heads with their like weird spindly arms, like a war chant. And we can end it with you guys, and then Stanwick Bosper, after about a day or so travel, you come upon the mainland coast with Captain Captain Winslow. Captain Winslow stretching out to begin his day.